Top 25 Civil Service Competency Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for a civil service interview requires more than just academic knowledge. Interviewers evaluate candidates based on specific competencies such as leadership, communication, problem-solving, integrity, teamwork, and the ability to work under pressure. These competency-based questions help employers understand how candidates behaved in real situations and how they might perform in the future. By sharing structured examples from past experiences, applicants demonstrate their skills and professionalism. The following civil service competency interview questions and answers will help candidates understand what interviewers expect and how to respond effectively with clear, relevant, and impactful examples that highlight their strengths. 1. Tell us about a time you demonstrated leadership. Leadership in a civil service role means guiding people toward a shared goal while maintaining fairness and accountability. In my previous role, I led a small project team responsible for organizing a community awareness campaign. I delegated tasks based on each member's strengths, ensured clear communication, and scheduled regular progress meetings. When challenges appeared, I encouraged open discussion to find solutions collectively. As a result, the campaign reached a larger audience than expected and received positive feedback from the community. This experience taught me that effective leadership involves listening, motivating others, and maintaining focus on achieving results. 2. Describe a situation where you solved a difficult problem. Problem solving is essential in civil service because public issues often require quick and thoughtful decisions. In a previous position, we faced delays in processing citizen requests due to outdated procedures. I analyzed the workflow and noticed repetitive steps causing inefficiency. After discussing with my supervisor, I proposed a simplified tracking system that improved communication between departments. Once implemented, processing time was significantly reduced, and staff could focus on more important tasks. This situation showed me the value of identifying root causes, collaborating with colleagues, and implementing practical solutions that improve service delivery. 3. How do you handle working under pressure? Working under pressure is common in civil service environments where deadlines and public expectations are high. I manage pressure by prioritizing tasks and maintaining a clear plan. In a previous role, our team had to prepare a detailed report within a short deadline due to an urgent government request. I broke the work into smaller sections, assigned responsibilities, and ensured everyone had the resources needed. I also maintained regular check-ins to track progress. By staying organized and calm, we completed the report on time with accurate information, proving that structured planning helps manage demanding situations. 4. Give an example of when you worked successfully in a team. Teamwork is crucial in public service because projects often involve multiple departments and stakeholders. In my previous job, I collaborated with colleagues from different units to improve a local service program. Each member contributed unique expertise, and we held regular discussions to share updates and resolve issues. I focused on maintaining clear communication and ensuring everyone's ideas were considered. As a result, the program improved service efficiency and received appreciation from management. This experience reinforced my belief that strong teamwork, respect for different perspectives, and clear communication lead to successful outcomes. 5. Tell us about a time you dealt with conflict at work. Conflict can occur in any workplace, and handling it professionally is important. In one situation, two colleagues disagreed about the best approach to completing a project task. The disagreement started affecting the team's productivity. I suggested a short meeting where each person could explain their perspective calmly. By focusing on the project goals rather than personal opinions, we identified a compromise that combined both ideas. The project continued smoothly afterward. This experience taught me that active listening, respect, and focusing on shared objectives are effective ways to resolve workplace conflict. 6. Describe a time when you showed strong communication skills. Effective communication ensures clarity and prevents misunderstandings in public service roles. In my previous position, I was responsible for explaining a new policy to community members who were unfamiliar with it. I prepared simple materials, avoided technical language, and encouraged questions to ensure everyone understood the changes. By presenting information clearly and listening carefully to concerns, I helped build trust between the organization and the public. The feedback from attendees was positive, and many appreciated the clarity provided. This experience highlighted the importance of adapting communication styles to suit different audiences. 7. Tell us about a time you improved a process. Improving processes helps organizations operate more efficiently and deliver better services. In my previous role, I noticed that document approvals required multiple manual steps, causing delays. After analyzing the workflow, I suggested introducing a digital tracking system that allowed staff to monitor approvals in real time. I worked with colleagues to test the system and provide training. The new process reduced approval time and improved transparency within the department. This experience showed me that identifying inefficiencies and suggesting practical improvements can significantly enhance productivity and service quality. 8. How do you prioritize multiple tasks? Managing multiple responsibilities requires effective planning and organization. I start by identifying deadlines, importance, and the potential impact of each task. In a previous role, I was responsible for preparing reports while also assisting with administrative duties. I created a daily schedule that divided tasks into manageable sections and addressed urgent work first. I also communicated with my supervisor to ensure priorities aligned with organizational goals. By maintaining this structured approach, I consistently met deadlines without compromising quality, demonstrating that strong time management skills are essential in demanding roles. 9. Describe a time you showed integrity at work. Integrity is a core value in civil service because public trust depends on ethical behavior. In one situation, I noticed an error in a financial report that could have gone unnoticed. Instead of ignoring it, I immediately informed my supervisor and helped correct the mistake before submission. Although it required additional work, it ensured transparency and accuracy in our records. My supervisor appreciated the honesty and responsibility shown in addressing the issue. This experience reinforced my belief that integrity, accountability, and honesty are fundamental qualities for anyone working in public service. 10. Tell us about a time you had to learn something quickly. In a previous role, I was asked to assist with a new reporting system that I had never used before. The project deadline was approaching, so I took initiative by studying the system manual, watching training tutorials, and asking experienced colleagues for guidance. Within a short time, I became comfortable using the software and successfully contributed to the project. This experience showed that adaptability and willingness to learn are essential qualities in dynamic work environments, especially in civil service roles, where policies, technologies, and procedures can change frequently. 11. Describe a situation where you made an important decision. In a previous position, I was responsible for coordinating a public meeting when an unexpected scheduling conflict occurred with a venue. Canceling the event would have caused inconvenience for many attendees. After quickly assessing options, I contacted alternative venues and arranged a suitable replacement location. I also informed participants promptly to avoid confusion. The meeting proceeded successfully, and the quick decision ensured minimal disruption. This experience taught me that effective decision-making involves staying calm, evaluating available options quickly, and choosing the most practical solution to maintain service quality. 12. How do you ensure accuracy in your work? Accuracy is essential in civil service because decisions often rely on correct information. I maintain accuracy by carefully reviewing my work and following clear procedures. For example, when preparing reports in my previous role, I verified all data sources and double-checked calculations before submission. I also asked a colleague to review the document for additional verification. This process reduced the risk of mistakes and ensured reliable information was provided to decision-makers. By maintaining attention to detail and systematic checks, I ensure that my work consistently meets high standards. 13. Tell us about a time you handled a difficult stakeholder. During a community project, one stakeholder strongly disagreed with the proposed plan and expressed frustration during meetings. Instead of dismissing their concerns, I arranged a one-on-one discussion to understand their perspective. By listening carefully and explaining the reasoning behind the project decisions, we identified areas where adjustments could be made without affecting the overall objectives. The stakeholder later became supportive of the project. This experience taught me that patience, empathy, and clear communication are essential when dealing with challenging stakeholders. 14. Describe a time you took initiative. In my previous workplace, I noticed that new employees struggled to understand the internal procedures because there was no clear guide. I took initiative by creating a simple orientation document outlining key processes, contacts, and responsibilities. After reviewing it with my supervisor, the guide was distributed to new team members. It helped them adapt more quickly and reduced the number of basic questions asked by newcomers. This experience showed that taking initiative to address small issues can create lasting improvements for the entire team. 15. Tell us about a time you delivered excellent service. In a public-facing role, a citizen once approached our office with an urgent request that had been delayed due to documentation issues. Instead of simply explaining the problem, I guided the individual through the required steps and helped them gather the missing information. I also coordinated with the relevant department to ensure the request was processed quickly. The citizen expressed gratitude for the support provided. This situation demonstrated that excellent service involves patience, understanding, and a commitment to helping people find solutions. 16. How do you adapt to change? Change is common in public sector organizations due to new policies and technologies. I approach change with a positive mindset and focus on learning new skills quickly. In my previous role, our department introduced a new digital filing system that required staff training. I actively participated in training sessions and practiced using the system until I felt confident. I also helped colleagues who were struggling with the transition. By embracing change and supporting others, our team successfully adapted to the new system and improved overall efficiency. 17. Describe a time you managed a project. I once managed a small internal project to organize a training workshop for staff. I began by identifying objectives, creating a schedule, and allocating responsibilities among team members. Throughout the project, I monitored progress, addressed any challenges, and ensured clear communication among participants. The workshop was delivered successfully, and feedback from attendees was very positive. This experience helped me develop project management skills, such as planning, coordination, and problem-solving, which are valuable in civil service roles where organized execution is critical. 18. Tell us about a time you motivated others. During a demanding project, team morale decreased because of tight deadlines and heavy workloads. I encouraged colleagues by recognizing their contributions and reminding everyone of the importance of the project's impact. I also suggested short progress meetings to celebrate small achievements and keep everyone focused. Gradually, the team regained motivation and completed the work successfully. This experience showed that positive reinforcement, encouragement, and clear communication can significantly improve team morale and productivity. 19. Describe a time you handled confidential information. In my previous role, I often worked with sensitive documents related to personnel records. I ensured confidentiality by strictly following data protection policies and limiting access to authorized individuals only. When sharing necessary information, I used secure communication channels and avoided discussing sensitive matters in public areas. Maintaining confidentiality was essential to protect employees' privacy and uphold the organization's integrity. This experience reinforced the importance of responsibility and trust when handling confidential information. 20. Tell us about a time you met a tight deadline. Once I was assigned a detailed report that needed to be completed within 2 days due to a management request. I immediately created a clear work plan, gathered all necessary information, and focused on completing the most critical sections first. I minimized distractions and communicated regularly with colleagues to obtain required data quickly. By maintaining focus and effective time management, I completed the report before the deadline. This experience demonstrated that careful planning and dedication can help achieve demanding goals. 21. Describe a time you improved teamwork. In one project, communication between departments was limited, causing misunderstandings. I suggested organizing regular brief meetings where team members could share updates and discuss concerns. This improved transparency and helped everyone understand each department's role. Over time, collaboration improved, and tasks were completed more efficiently. This experience showed that small changes in communication practices can greatly strengthen teamwork and create a more cooperative work environment. 22. Tell us about a time you accepted feedback. Feedback is important for personal and professional growth. Early in my career, a supervisor suggested that my reports could be clearer and more concise. Instead of feeling discouraged, I asked for examples and guidance on how to improve. I practiced structuring my reports more effectively and focused on presenting key information clearly. Over time, my writing improved and my reports became easier for managers to review. This experience taught me that constructive feedback is a valuable opportunity to learn and improve. 23. Describe a time you supported diversity and inclusion. During a team project, colleagues came from different cultural and professional backgrounds, which sometimes led to misunderstandings. I encouraged open discussions where everyone could share their perspectives and experiences. By creating an environment where all voices were respected, the team became more collaborative and creative. The diversity of ideas ultimately improved the project's outcomes. This experience reinforced my belief that inclusion and respect are essential for building strong and effective teams. 24. Tell us about a time you managed limited resources. While organizing a community event, our team had a limited budget. I carefully reviewed expenses and identified areas where costs could be reduced without affecting the event quality. We used digital promotion instead of printed materials and partnered with local organizations to share resources. These strategies allowed us to deliver a successful event within budget. This experience showed that creativity and careful planning are important when working with limited resources. 25. Describe a time you demonstrated accountability. Accountability means taking responsibility for both successes and mistakes. In one project, I overlooked an important detail in a report that caused a small delay. Instead of shifting blame, I informed my supervisor immediately and worked quickly to correct the issue. I also introduced a checklist system to prevent similar mistakes in the future. Taking responsibility and implementing improvements helped restore confidence in my work. This experience reinforced the importance of honesty and responsibility in professional roles. Civil service competency interviews are designed to evaluate how candidates apply their skills and values in real-life situations. Employers look for individuals who demonstrate leadership, integrity, teamwork, problem-solving, and strong communication abilities. Preparing clear examples from past experiences helps candidates confidently answer these questions and showcase their strengths. By practicing structured responses and focusing on relevant achievements, applicants can present themselves as capable and responsible professionals. Ultimately, success in civil service interviews comes from demonstrating commitment to public service, ethical behavior, and the ability to deliver effective results in challenging environments.